Whoopam! We're on stream.
Wow.
Whoopow.
Wow.
What is the one that he does in Friends? Instead of the whip noise, Chandler, he goes like whoopah or something like that. That's what I wanted to do, and then forgot what it was. Wait a minute.
I guess, yeah.
Did I tell you I saw Ross?
Remember?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we
You
made
saw
eye
Swimmer?
contact. Yeah, David Schwimmer. We were eating at a hotel, and he walked through the lobby, and we locked eyes. And I was like, Schwimmer. And then he left.
Okay. You know what I would have done in that situation?
What?
Interesting story.
It's all I got, man.
I would have start yelling, "My sandwich! My sandwich!"
How many people over the course of that man's life do you think has shouted "my sandwich" at him? It's got to be more than 12.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's not what. I guarantee that's not what he gets. He gets, "We were on a break."
Or pivot.
Yep.
Do you know what they're not quoting at him? Goosebumps.
What? You know, also not quoting at him, Madagascar.
He was in Madagascar?
Yeah, he was the
giraffe.
You know what? I haven't seen any Madagascar movie. The only thing I know is the Circus Afro song. That's the only part of any Madagascar movie I know.
That's not even from the first one.
Which one is that from?
It's from the second one.
The best one. It's stuck in my head now.
There was a run there where those DreamWorks movies had solid sequels. But
like How to Train Your Dragon.
Sure.
And Turbo 2. Turbo. I tried.
Thank God that never happened.
You like that movie.
And I'm a fan of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the first. Yeah, I like it. Doesn't mean I need a second one or want a second one.
Are you mad there isn't a Turbo Land in Epic Universe that they went with How to Train Your Dragon instead?
What's Epic Universe?
Oh, my dear sweet baby child.
I know my pick. For next week.
Is it gonna be Madagascar 2?
No. It's not. No, the stars have aligned and we're doing something that, I'll tell you at the end.
Incredible.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Now that we've gotten off Devon's David Schwimmer tangent, let's pivot back to the show. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devon.
Each week here on You Have to Watch This podcast, we make each other watch movies one of us has never seen before. This week it was Devon's pick, and Devon had us watch Predator. What's the name of this movie?
Okay, it's called Predator, Killer of Killers, but I can't stop myself from doing Predator of Predators, which, not the title, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah. I'm running point on the show and have like the poster in front of me for when I blank like that, but today I don't.
I got it.
Devon's running point. So, so that's our main topic for tonight. But before we get into that, we're going to be talking about things that we've watched in pop culture over the last week or so. We took last week off because Ryan was in Chicago, talking to Ray Shalinsky, selling him brake pads. But I'm going to start us off because Peacemaker's back.
Oh, it is.
I don't get to wear this shirt often, but I figured I'd break it out for the show tonight. Mostly because of this.
Right.
I can't really wear this in public. But I got this shirt back at DC Fandom during the pandemic, along with some Smallville shirts. Peacemaker Season 2 premiered a few weeks ago. Have you guys watched Peacemaker at all?
The first one is one of my favorite things I think I've watched. I watched the whole season 1 twice.
Okay. I did too. I went back and rewatched season 1. Ryan, have you watched any of Peacemaker?
I think I saw season 1. I don't remember much of it, but I think I saw season 1.
Yeah. I also have never put this poster up in the shadow box or in the light box. So
I didn't know you had that.
Suicide Squad poster. I forgot I had it. That's one of the ones I got at the Horrific Hope Film Festival when they were giving away posters for us. I was like, yoink.
Very cool.
But so yeah, season 2 of Peacemaker has come out. The first 2 episodes have premiered. Have you guys seen season 2 at all yet?
No, I saw the opening dance sequence and went, it's not as good as the first one, and then moved on.
I gotta tell you though, I like the song so much more.
Do you?
I didn't at first. I'm a sucker for horns in a rock song, and it opens with horns, so it's got like a kind of a ska feeling to it. But just listening to the song and listening to the lyrics, like I relate to it a lot more than the other one. But I'm really enjoying this season. It's been a slow burn so far, but they're playing with multiverse stuff a little bit, but also like keeping the core of the characters the same. They've addressed things that they had to retcon from season 1 because of the shift from the DCEU to the DCU. So this is anything that they mention in the show now from season 1 is canon and happened in the DCU. So Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller are no longer canon. It's now the Justice Gang is there at the end of season 1.
Funny.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying this season. They did some really cool stuff with Eagly this last week.
I
Tim
thought he was
Meadows
underused
joined the
in
cast.
the first one.
Yeah, they really make up for Eagly this time around. Tim Meadows joins the cast. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough.
That's so cool.
Especially if you like season 1. If you like season 1, this is more of the same, and still deals with it's dealing with multiverse issues, but also dealing like with the character relationship still. Like he's still dealing with the trauma of his father and growing up with the way he did and his brother dying. They get to play with that in the multiverse a bit, which I'm really excited to see where they go with it. So
you didn't need to sell me on this, but I'm glad you did. I'm more excited to see it now.
Yeah. And it's really weird to think that this is in the same universe as the Superman movie we all saw over the summer, because there's so much more dick. There's like a whole orgy in the first episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And John Cena seems to be enjoying himself. So,
isn't that all that matters?
Yeah. But Devon, I know you have a thing that you didn't tell us. You stole my trick.
I did steal your trick because I'm in control of the pictures. Ha ha ha! I want you both to guess what I watched. It has to do with visual impairment and the big city.
One more time?
Visual impairment and the big city.
You watched a documentary?
No, kinda.
I have no idea.
That's right, guys.
Oh, Daredevil.
You'd think so. I watched Love is Blind UK Season 2! It's back, baby! Love is Blind UK. Here to remind us...
You're one of those reality show people.
Here to remind us that not every British accent sounds nice. Guys, I know you're not watching this. I'm not even going to try to convince you to watch this. It's incredible. In this season, a guy, straight-faced and serious, said the words, "I'm sorry, but we're going to have to break up. My spleen is telling me to." You can't write that! That sounds like batshit on a page. Yet a person delivered it to another person, and the second person cried. Guys, It's so good.
Explain to me the rules of Love is Blind.
So the rules of Love is Blind is that they get two groups of the most garbage people you've ever met, batshit blind drunk, right?
Okay.
Then they put them into these, like, they call them pods, they're rooms. They put them in two rooms across from each other, and they pair men with women, and they have this dividing line in between them, and they cannot see each other. The only way that they can see each other is if they fall in love and propose to one another. So technically, you're supposed to decide, is love blind? I fell in love with this person without seeing them at all. They use every season the term I fell in love sight unseen. They're not allowed to refer to it as a game show or reality television. They have to call it an experiment for some fucked up reason. Every person on the show is the most immature, emotionally unavailable 20-year-old you've ever met. Everyone is conventionally attractive. There's not a Devon on there. Like, it's not like you're gonna fall in love and be like, surprise, I'm Devon. Like, it's all just conventional attraction, and so like you're never gonna end up with a stinker, right? You're just gonna end up with like a different version of a very attractive man or woman. So there's no risk in it, and oh, it's so great. Just the stuff that they do is so funny. This is the only reality show that I watch with this kind of conviction. I love it. I don't watch any other reality show, but like anytime Love is Blind is on, I drop everything. It's why I haven't watched Peacemaker yet. I haven't seen Romana in weeks. It's because of this show.
What is it? What is it on?
It's Netflix. It is a Netflix original.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so good. Some people on the show need subtitles. Their accents are so bad.
Okay.
I have nothing more to say. I'm not even going to try to convince you guys. I just need you to know that I have a passion for this show that extends far beyond what it should.
So this is the UK version.
It is.
I'm assuming there's an American version.
The American version's on like season 7, and I have my problems with the American version, Alan.
Of course you do. Of
course I do. I have opinions. Very serious ones.
Yes, of course. as would I.
As you do.
Okay. I might check that out.
Don't. I don't recommend it.
But I'm intrigued about how drunk they are when they...
So, like, the cool thing that they do is they don't ever tell you how much they're drinking or what they're drinking. All the liquor bottles are painted gold, and all the cups are opaque gold cups. But they're always drinking. Always.
So it's LSD.
It's something. It is certainly something. And like part of it is the game show element of it as well, where like they have to, if you want to be on TV, you have to propose to someone. So like there's this like added pressure of just say that you're in love with this person so you can keep being on TV.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
Okay.
That's it. That's my rant.
Cool.
Alan, did you watch another thing that's not Love is Blind?
Yeah, so I've been rewatching Scrubs over the last since we last podcasted. I started rewatching Scrubs. I am now in season 3. Yeah, season 3. So yeah, I've just been watching a lot of Scrubs lately. Mostly because it's coming back. I don't know if you knew this.
No.
They're bringing back Scrubs. Yeah, and there's some news about that today. Judy Reyes, who played Carla on the show, is officially coming back.
That's cool.
So they've got the main 4. They got JD, Turk, Carla, and Elliot coming back for this reboot. That's being produced by Bill Lawrence, who's done Ted Lasso and Shrinking and did the original Scrubs as well. So I know there's a lot of the cast coming back. They just haven't announced them all yet because I know John McGinley was like making jokes with Krista Miller about her husband on Shrinking, and like, no, we're going to be working together again soon. So I'm really excited for it to come back. I forgot how much I love this show. It's so funny, and like I watched the second Brendan Fraser episode recently, and it's just like it's so like knowing the twist and watching it this time, like I get it now. Like I haven't watched that one in years, and it's like, oh wow, so that's really how they do the reveal, and it's so good. It's probably one of my favorite shows of all time, sitcom wise, and I just absolutely love it. I can't wait for it to come back.
You know, I completely forget about it until someone brings it up, and like, why don't I rewatch this one? Why is it like The Office or Schitt's Creek I go back to? Why is it not this?
Oh man, you know the I'm very interested. Next week, I'm going to have something Office related to talk about on the podcast. So,
Oh, weird. Okay.
yeah. Well, the paper debuts before next week, I think.
I don't know what that is.
It's the spinoff of The Office.
What?
Yeah, the same documentary crew years after Dunder Mifflin starts following Midwest newspaper.
That's fun.
And Oscar is there for some reason.
Hey, Ryan, did you ever do Scrubs? Were you ever a Scrubs fan?
I never watched the whole thing from beginning to end, but it was a show that I would watch if I couldn't find anything else and it was on. Like, I would stop and watch it. So, like, I've seen random parts of different episodes. It's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay.
I was really hoping you'd say no.
Yeah.
I don't watch no Scrubs.
Scrubs, the guy that can't get no love from me. Are you in the middle of a rewatch right now, Ryan? This isn't teeing you up for anything. I have no more, but I know that you do rewatch sometimes.
So I not really a rewatch at the moment. Well, I mean, Kristen and I got through Gilmore Girls. Now we're watching A Year in the Life. So we're in the middle of winter, and we just finished winter. But the main show that I'm watching right now, Alien Earth, and waiting for that to come out tonight, is Bob's Burgers. I'm going through that for the first time.
Yeah, buddy. Do you love it?
And, there's something I have to admit to both of you, and I have to say this live. And Devon, I hate the fact that you're the focus of this, but if I have to envision you as a 10-year-old, you are Gene to a T. Like, little Devon, whenever Gene does anything, or he goes off on his tangents, or he has his little comments to make at the end of something, like, I just think to myself, and I'm like, that's Devon at 10. Like, Devon, I know you as a child because I'm watching Bob's Burgers. Like, I'm sorry, but whenever I see so much of you in him if you were like 10 years old. Like, it's...
There are so many worse things you could have said to me. That's incredible. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I love it.
Like, it's just... There are just some things that he does, I'm just like, that's Devon. That's Devon. I've even told Kristen that. I'm like, you see this?
This is Devon. There he is.
You see this? You see how he's saying this? That's Devon. That's Devon when he was 10. That has to be.
Not the first time I've been compared to an H. John Benjamin property, by the way. My recommended for the longest time Archer to my little sister. And she's like, I shouldn't have watched Archer. I'm like, why? She's like, I know all your jokes now. You just copy Archer. 90% of your jokes are Archer jokes. Like, is that... Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. Oh, that's so funny.
You know, I realize a lot of my like my go-to gifs when I respond to stuff are from Scrubs.
That's so
like
cool.
Somebody sent a picture of a bird in a group chat the other day, and my response to it was eagle with JD on Turk's back.
Most of mine are Schitt's Creek. I think there's a Schitt's Creek gif for like every occasion.
Have I done my Eugene Levy impression on the show?
I don't know, but you got to do it now. You can't tee it up and not.
That's not a write-off.
See, exactly.
Yeah.
Ryan, is there a TV show you gravitate towards with gifs?
Like, or give.
Like a gif or a gif if you're being correct about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying gifts, like birthday presents, Christmas presents and stuff. Not that. I always try to find found ones, always, because there's always something. But half the time, the GIF/GIF generator on whatever platform I'm using doesn't always have the exact scene I'm looking for. I press and I have to find something else.
Sure.
Oh, I will go on Google and find the GIF that I'm looking for. And if it's a Simpsons GIF, like a Simpsons moment, I will go to Frinkiac and find the scene and make a GIF out of it myself.
What is Frinkiac?
So they have every frame of the Simpsons cataloged with the dialogue, and you can make memes and you can make GIFs out of scenes.
Hold on. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It is the best thing on the internet. and you can there's like a random. Yeah, there's a random generator on there, and I made a whole TikTok using that because I did a TikTok where it was after I watched every episode of The Simpsons. I finished my watch through on Disney Plus. I took the scene from Marge versus the Monorail where it's Leonard and Moore like, "Well, my work here is done," and I just changed the text to say, "I've watched every episode of The Simpsons. My work here is done."
That's incredible.
But you didn't do anything, didn't I? And then he just
didn't I?
Away.
My whole world's opened up.
Yeah. So, on that note, let's get into today's main topic, shall we?
Let's do it.
Surprisingly, this is not a Ryan pick. This is Devon's pick for the week, Predator, Killer of Killers.
So this week we watched Predator, Killer of Killers. I needed Ryan on this show to watch this one. I wasn't going to talk about this without Ryan, specifically because the first time I watched it, I messaged Ryan and said, "Ryan, have you seen this TV show that has multiple parts?" And Ryan goes, "No, I thought it was only one thing." I go, "No, there's a lot of episodes." And I have to tell you, I'm wrong publicly. So let's talk about this movie that I watched, not a miniseries.
Okay. So I'm so happy we can have this conversation.
We'll go right at the top. Right at the top.
Bring this up.
Yep, let's do it.
So just so I could say, yeah, it's a movie, Devon. It's a movie.
So that's a huge topic of conversation I want to bring up, but we're gonna put a pin in it because right now we need to discuss everything we do. So Predator, Killer of Killers. This came out in 2025. This year, in fact. Director is Dan Trachtenberg and Joshua Wasson. And essentially, it follows 3 different people having interactions with a predator and then ultimately being gathered to a place where they have to then fight each other to the death, and also another predator, and also a dog-eater. I'm sure you have a real name for what that thing is. It's a dog-eater until you call it otherwise. I had first seen this randomly a couple months ago and was completely in love with it. Made sure Ryan saw it, and now I'm making sure Alan sees it. Guys, what do you think of Predator, Killer of Killers?
As the non-Predator expert, I will go first.
Perfect.
Because I'm sure Ryan's going to say a lot. I really liked Prey. And this is the same director. A director that I've been following since before he did 10 Cloverfield Lane. I've been a fan of Dan Trachtenberg since I was in college and saw his Portal short film that he did.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think I remember making you watch that in my apartment in college, Devon.
I do remember this.
I'm a big fan of his filmmaking, and when I saw that he's kind of taken over the Predator universe and doing 3 films, this is the second, I was all on board for this. I knew one of you was going to make me watch it for the podcast. I was wrong on which one it was. So I held off on watching it until that time came. But I really enjoyed this. Take a shot every time a head gets chopped off.
Yeah.
But it was really entertaining. I thought the animation style was fantastic. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I have thoughts that get into spoilers later. So.
Oh, can't wait. Ryan, what did you think of Predator, Killer of Killers?
Oh, it's everything I wanted. It is everything I wanted. I always knew that asking for Predator stories in all of the different time frames that like I want to see a Predator movie in is like too much and economically probably not, feasible. And this was a way to get at least some of them in. And the fact that they did 3 different stories, utilizing just like physics, and being able to do that, known physics to be able to do that, and how physics works with time, is just something that I wasn't expecting. And when they were doing it, it was just like, oh, great. Okay, so one of my favorite sci-fi horror storylines is using some of the like astronomical things in science that I am like interested in, because I am nowhere near even a hobbyist on the subject. I just find it interesting. So the fact that it touches on that stuff and brings that into the fold, my only knock against it is a personal one, and that has to do with the whole Viking thing. But we'll get into that when we get into it. But,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm also going to put a pin in your astrophysics talk because I'm curious about that, but I have a couple other things I want to lay groundwork for before we move on. So first things first, this is, Ryan, correct me here, the first Predator anything to be animated.
Don't quote me on it, but I believe so. Nothing's popping to the front of my mind.
It's at least the first major Predator release that's animated. So with animation comes a lot, right? It comes a lot of not just baggage, but a lot of references. There's some really obvious calls to Arcane, the series that I don't know that any of us have actually watched, except for me, the first episode 3 times. I keep meaning to start it and then not starting it. But was animation an effective tool for telling this story, or would you guys have rather seen this play out in live action and just stick with the same kind of tone as Predator?
For me, I think animation has become so much different now than it was even 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because of Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Like, people are not afraid to try different styles now.
Mm-hmm.
And and the tools are more readily available to more people. Like, this was made in Unreal Engine, which is amazing. So it literally is the guy from Fortnite.
I hate it. No, don't do
that. I think you can get away with a lot more in animation. Going back to what I was joking about before, with the heads rolling off. Like, if you'd put that in a live action film, like that many times, you wouldn't have gotten an R rating.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been NC-17. So the violence, you can get away with more in animation with an R rating than you can in live action. And I think it allows you to create these different versions of the Predator creatures than what you would get in live action. Because you don't have to worry about putting a man in a suit or doing motion capture with an actor. Like, you can just animate it.
That's fair. Ryan, was this good for you in animation? Was it jarring to see something that you love translated in this way?
No, mainly because I think they knew the audience that they were making this for. So even though it was animation, I believe because they knew the audience that they were shooting for, they picked the right style to use.
Mm-hmm.
And so the style itself that they had, I had no problem with. Now, if they would have gone cheapo, like CGI current and, like Saturday morning cartoons, that we'd be having a different conversation right now. But it was definitely done more on the 2D spectrum where it looked hand-drawn. More so than rounded off shiny 3D figures. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine. I'm fine with that. And typically, I know I've said it before, that in certain scenarios I like animation more because I can kind of see the characters of being their own individual people instead of hiring an actor that I've seen in 5 or 6 different things, and now I have to kind of like wash that all out of my head and see this person that I've seen before play someone else. When it's animated, it's easier to look at a character as its own being almost. So a lot of the characters in this I actually connected with quickly on, and I feel that animation had a hand in me doing that.
That's a good point. And I think that it didn't lose. I mean, my thoughts. I don't think it lost anything in animation. I think that it only gained, just because of the stories that they were trying to tell. But you had mentioned the people, so I want to bring that up. Specifically, this has 4 chapters to it. The first 3 are distinct historical settings and are each a particular character. You have the shield, which is a Viking woman. You have the sword, which is a Japanese man. And you have the bullet, which is a World War II fighter pilot in training / fighter pilot. Which one of these did you guys connect with the most, and which one did you connect with the least? That's not, if it's not a fair question, I can always go first. I'll go first.
I mean, I don't know if I connected with any of them the most. I didn't really see myself in any of the characters, but I appreciated the Viking story the most because of the vengeance aspect of it.
Yeah.
And the mother dealing with the loss of her father and then the loss of her son. But then I'm a sucker for a good dogfight in the sky. Like Star Wars, and so that third one I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, danger zone. Like, let's just cool. Go.
Ryan, what about you?
Yeah. So I've always wanted to see a Predator storyline done in like that era of Japan's history. I don't know what the names of their different eras were, so I'm just going to say the era that they showed. That's the era of that I've always wanted to see a storyline Predator take place, because I've always wanted to see him go up against samurais and ninjas and like that fighting style and that culture, and see how that culture would appreciate or either appreciate or not appreciate the tactics of what the Predator does. So based on that, the Japanese storyline is the one that stands out the most to me, just because that's the one I've wanted for so long. The World War II fighter pilot one is probably the one that I would the closest to me connecting to, simply because the character is American. The character's American. I'm American. World War II history, or our version of World War II history, gets shoved down our throats day and night as an American. So like that's the most I probably connect with in the movie as a whole. But my thing with the Viking storyline comes down to saturation. The storyline for the Viking for the Shield was great. Her wanting revenge, the lengths that she was going to go to for that was extremely well thought out, and was probably better thought out and worked out than the other 2 storylines. My problem with it is that the whole interest in Viking and Nordic history has exploded in past, I would say, since about 2013, 2014. And just like with what Game of Thrones did to the Dark Ages and done to quasi fantasy stories, the Vikings, and then on top of Vikings, you've got Frozen, and that whole thing.
The Vikings of the Disney World. Yeah, no more Norse.
Yeah, the Norse part of Europe is cool. I'm not going to deny that it's not cool. It's just, it's oversaturated, and I tend to get a distaste of mouth when I feel that things are getting oversaturated. And so, like, the Norse storyline could have been replaced with like a Middle Eastern storyline, but done the exact same way, or like you know, and or like a you know, like tribes in Africa or something along those lines. It could have been switched out,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have liked the movie exactly the way that I like it now.
That's fair. I think for me, I liked the Japanese one probably the best. I looked it up. It's the Edo period in Japan. I like that one the best.
Edo period. Okay,
mostly
good.
just because I like the arc the
I need to
characters
learn
go
this
through
stuff.
in it. I liked the brotherhood thing.
Mhm.
I thought that was neat. And then the part that this is such a Devon reason. The part that I connect with the least was the American version, and the Devon reason for it was, all right, we got Vikings. All right, we got Japan. I was like, those are two pretty dude bro eras to do it. What's the next dude bro era? I bet it's World War II. And then it panned out, and I saw dog tags and went, ah, damn it. So, like, I think it was just because I predicted World War II before they zoomed out, because it's a very dude bro time period. It was still fun. I loved the character. I also loved that when it, like the title screen came up, it's like, the Bullet. I was like, okay, he's going to be infantryman or he's going to be a Marine, and the Bullet was an airplane, which I thought was cool. Like, good job faking me out movie. So yeah, that was good. But this brings up the point that I wanted to bring up is format, and this is like something that's been on my mind for a couple of weeks now. Format and presentation of any visual medium now, because you know that any of these properties that come out, the producers, the directors, whoever has to make the call: is this a movie? Is this a prestige television show? Is that like what? How do we format this? And there are benefits and detriments to both. Honestly, this thing is an hour and a half long. I found that the presentation of it, the fact that they'll stop, a title screen will appear, they'll go to the next one, the sword, the shield, the bullet, that actually made it feel long for me. To the point where when I got to number 4, I was like, are we just going to stop and save it for a sequel? I'm good if we stop and save it for a sequel. Not that I didn't love the 4th part, but like that made the hour and a half drag for me.
Yeah. Did it drag in a bad way, or
not necessarily in a bad way, but in a way that I almost would have liked this, in the way that, I mean, obviously, Ryan, I thought it was this way first. I would have been happy with it as a TV show, because I think I would have been happier with it as a TV show, given in 4 35-minute chunks.
Yeah. I think that's something that Disney has been doing a bit of. Like, if you look at Eyes of Wakanda from Marvel, that's also an anthology that follows the history of Wakanda. And it's broken up into episodes. It's not a film, but it's 4 episodes long. So it's not much longer than this if you put them all back to back. But they made that a series because that's what that was designed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was always meant to be a film.
Really?
Yeah. I can see where they could have made it a series, but I'm not a big fan of... They did that a lot with like, I liked the animated What If on Disney Plus. The episodes, there were some episodes that just felt too short and were kind of just there to be there. They didn't really serve a purpose to what they were building towards in the finale. And they were short. I think it's smarter to put something like this when you have, like, it flowed very well for me, being the 3 parts into one film. Like, we don't see many anthology films anymore. I liked the flow of this. I don't think it was too slow. I think it made it feel. I think it made it feel longer because it wasn't broken up into episodes. I think if you had broken it up, you would have lost some of the tension that builds through the whole thing. And when you get to that end, it's worth it.
What about you, Ryan? Do you think this was presented well?
Yeah, I mean, it did feel longer than what it it did feel longer than what the actual runtime was, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That way. And there was tension that built up over the course of each of the segments, and if it was separated like week by week, or if you had to like log out of one, then like play the next episode and then watch a commercial, and then watch a commercial in the middle of it, and then watch a commercial towards the end, and then watch the commercial at the start of the second episode, it would have broken it up too much.
Mm-hmm.
And to that point, like let's look at what Devon was saying about Arcane. Like, what are the chances, Devon, that you would watch the first episode of this and then never watch the other three?
I mean, pretty high, because that's what I did.
Yeah. So I think we do that to ourselves. I think the use of series to tell these interconnected stories as a whole there's benefits to it, but there's also a disadvantage. Like, you start a series. Like, I've only watched one episode of Eyes of Wakanda. I plan on watching the rest. I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah.
I plan on watching Alien Earth. I've only seen the first episode. Like, when the paper drops, they're releasing every episode at once. So that's going to be like a big commitment if I want to watch the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch it all at once, or I could space it out. Like, we're so flooded with content now, especially just on Disney Plus, and Hulu, because I have them all in the same app now. It's better. I think it's making it a film instead of a series makes the audience commit to watching that film as a whole. And I think that's the best way to go about it. Like, what is the best way for your audience to see this story? Is it by breaking it up story by story and then letting it process over a week and then getting to the next episode? Is it putting all the episodes out at once and they can binge it if they want to and watch the whole thing the whole way through? Or is it in one sitting for 2 hours or less, this whole story in one go? Because I know if I'm going to sit down and watch a movie, I'm committed to watching that movie the whole way through, unless it sucks and I turn it off.
Did you guys feel... So the one thing I think that serializing does well is it helps to really flesh out a character in a way that sometimes I have seen movies and gone, I wanted more time with them. The end didn't quite hit as hard. Did you feel like they fleshed the characters out well enough in this, or could you have wanted more?
I think we could have had more. I don't think you needed more.
Okay.
I think these stories were strong enough and the characters were strong enough that it didn't need more. It worked the way they were. Because each one of them has a complete arc in their story.
Mm-hmm.
There is a beginning, a middle, and an end to their stories. And a lot of them are tragic by the end of it. Like, so... Yeah, I don't think you needed more. I think they gave you just enough of these characters in these stories to get their point across.
Do you have the same, Ryan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing much to add to that. So.
It's fair. That's totally fair. It's been on my mind lately, so I thought I'd bring it up. But I need to pull that pin out. Ryan, you had mentioned about astrophysics and Predator. I have to say, I missed that part of it. Would you care to shed some light?
Well, it's the fact that they go from Viking Age to that era in Japan to World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, those three eras are nowhere close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, starting at one point and then just knowing that, like, they can go, like, away from the planet and back. And not that much time has passed for them, but, like, hundreds of years have passed on Earth.
Mm.
Well, okay, let's talk about this, because the film doesn't say that that's what they do.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
Well, the film also does not show them abduct anyone, if I'm correct. they show the ship show up and scan him, but they don't ever show him being beamed up. Correct?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But he is on the ship, though.
Yeah, he does get
He's
on
the ship. So
they're all on the.
there are two trains of thought here. One is they do capture them in their respective time periods and just freeze them until later date at some time post World War II. Or I guess later if you watch the end credits. Or they clone them and froze their clones. Because this is the same universe that Alien exists in. And we know from the Alien that we haven't watched on this podcast yet that cloning does exist in the future. So that doesn't mean that the predator species has not mastered cloning. They could have totally mastered cloning and cloned these warriors that killed predators.
I didn't think about that.
So I'll give you, for me, that's a stretch, but I'll give it to you for that. But to me, that's a far stretch about them being clones. The way I see it is that the ship shows up and one of two things happen. One, they literally get either like grappling hooked or beamed into the ship. Abducted because, they survived. Or the ship lands and just sits there with its door open and the people just walk in because they're curious because, humans are stupid. That's how they've learned that they can capture, the ones that have survived encounters. So to me, it's either or of those two scenarios. I personally like the grappling hook coming down and grabbing them by the chest and pulling them into the ship, just because it's more jarring as far as I'm concerned for someone experiencing much. Yeah.
The claw.
No. You've officially made my head canon where there's these two predator engineers where they're like, do we come up with a grappling hook? What about a tractor beam? And some guy's like, no, humans are dumb. Just open the door. They'll wander in. Don't even bait it. Just keep the door wide open. They'll walk in.
So in your reality, I'm going to spoil the post-credit scene here.
Yeah.
But it's worth it for the joke. So you're in your one scenario.
Yeah.
Dutch sees the spaceship and says, "Get to the spaceship!"
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. That's it. Oh, I love it, guys. Tell me about. Good.
I'm sorry.
No.
But in Predator 2, that's what happens. Danny Glover just walks into the ship.
But then he walks out.
Because the door was open, Alan. We just walked through open doors.
Because it was open because they let him walk out, because maybe it was a different, sect of predators. Maybe they were a different denomination when it comes to their religion. The same predators from the movie Alien versus Predator, where they pretty much gave her the markings and then walked away.
That means you're going to get her later. Does that mean they're going to get her later?
I mean, it could be. I
I wanted
maybe
to.
the Protestant aliens, and the other ones are the Catholic aliens.
Oh my gosh.
And the Protestant ones.
The other ones are totally fine with divorce.
And that's why they fight against each other. That's why they fight against each other.
There's a joke there with Catholics and predators, but I'm not going for it.
Oh no!
Low-hanging fruit.
Oh shit. Okay. So we hinted on it, and I gotta know, what references did I miss? I caught the big three, I think, but what other references did I miss?
What were your big three?
I caught the pistol, I caught Dutch, and I caught the lady from Prey.
Well, Donald Glover is the one in between them.
I don't think I saw that. I might have looked away.
Oh yeah, so it goes from Prey Girl to Donald Glover, from Predator 2 to Dutch.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I did catch that. Were there any other references that I missed?
I think that was mostly it.
I mean, it's still cool though. Those are cool references.
Yeah.
It makes me curious what the future of the Predator franchise is going to be now.
Yes. 100%. One last question I have then before. Oh, go ahead.
I want a continuation of this because
Yeah.
during Devon and I's conversation, unless this is what you were going to bring up, Devon, the fact that like you thought it was a show and I was telling you that it was a movie, and then like our conversation abruptly ended after that and like never got brought up again until now. Is that the next thing you were going to bring up or no?
Yes, because I have been like since that happened, like it ends with like the hunt begins, and I'm like, all right,
yeah,
episode 2, the hunt begins. That's gonna come out next week, right? It's coming out next week, right?
Yeah.
And it never came out next week. Like, I want that. I genuinely want that.
So that's why you thought this was a show? Like, you thought it was like an hour and a half? Okay.
And then because I thought they teased the 3 characters for the next show at the end. Like, that's what I thought those 3 were, was we're going to focus on these 3 for the first, these 3 for the next, and then there's going to be like big old Arnold Schwarzenegger getting it final episode or something.
Yeah. Okay, so I knew this was a standalone movie. Like, a year before it released.
You were so kind to me.
Well, because it was all over the Predator Alien like fan groups I'm in on Instagram and Facebook, and you know, like the general science fiction stuff that I follow. So like I knew this was coming out for time, but I never really looked into it enough to know if it was going to be animated, live action, theaters, streaming. That stuff I didn't really know because I didn't want to like really look into it. I just knew that something was coming, and that was fine enough for me. And so when I got the message from you about it being a show, and I'm like, no. But then again, with the way that it ended, I'm like, maybe? Like, did I watch 4 episodes straight through and not realize that it was jumping episode to episode?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until the next day that I realized, no, this is a solid hour and a half long movie, that I realized, I'm like, yeah, no, this is a standalone movie. And I'm just like, I'm just going to let this sit. Because there are times when, because I mean, like, I forget. I think it was in the morning or the afternoon when I realized, and kind of like, I know the flow with you when it comes to like Facebook messaging, to where like if I send you like a question or if I give you a statement, and then throughout the day I send you maybe like 3 or 4 memes or reels,
I'll miss the question.
You're gonna completely miss the statement or question that I made. Yes. So like there are times when I'm like, oh, whatever, this will come up later, because I know eventually I'm going to be sending you other stuff and you may completely miss the question or statement that I sent you initially because you don't know how to track through a conversation.
I can't read is the thing. I don't. You guys give me way too much credit. I can't do this. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm just over here with my Schitt's Creeks memes doing my best. But no, Ryan, if I were you in this situation, every week for We Watch This, it would have been, Devon, did you watch Predator episode 2 yet? No? Okay. Until I admitted that I was wrong is how I would have done that. Also, tonight I'm going to scroll back and answer all of your unanswered questions with me. Even if we've answered it this way, I'm still doing it.
It's been, okay, so I have picked up on this like a while ago. So you're going to be scrolling for an hour or 2 before you come across anything that you've missed, probably, because I've known that this is a thing.
You question my dedication, Ryan.
I don't question anything with you.
I'm doing it. Oh. Do you guys have anything else for Predator Killer of Killers before I have to go scroll back for the rest of the night to find Ryan's questions?
I'm good, I think. I want to see more. I will say that this was a secret Predator project that Dan Trachtenberg was teasing for a while until it was they just dropped the trailer out of the blue that people didn't know about it. So maybe there's another secret project that we don't know about. I think it's fascinating that they added the Dutch and Danny Glover reveal after the movie was out. Like that was a Comic-Con release.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Wild to me. Yeah, they went back and added that to the film at Comic-Con. Like they screened that in hallways and then put it into the film.
That's so cool.
I'm sure it was Schwarzenegger who was holding out for his likeness.
It could have been. But we do know of another Predator thing, right?
Do it now.
We do know of another Predator thing, though, right? Like, this isn't the only Predator?
Yes.
Yeah. Which I am really trying. The internet has become ridiculous, and I am really trying to, like, stay away from, like, because people watch 10 seconds of a trailer and rip everything to shreds based on what they perceive to be bad CGI or, either bad CGI or bad writing or a bad line. And it's like, have you not seen movie trailers for the past 40, 50 years? This is how they are. They give you a catchy line and a bunch of action, and maybe the shots aren't entirely done yet, or the shots are from how they're going to be in the actual movie. And I can't wait for this. Give me all the Predator. I'll decide for myself if I'm going to watch it a second time or not. Just give it to me. I don't care. I'll watch it at least once.
Also, Ryan, you don't mean people. You mean me, right? The people that criticize the trailer based on a bad line.
I mean about 70% of the people in the Predator fan group that I'm in on Facebook, and about 60% of people in the in the Wayland Yutani alien fan group I'm in on Facebook.
Okay.
All of those people can just give their opinions into the toilet and flush, as far as I'm concerned.
Those are probably just chat bots. People on Facebook aren't real.
Ryan's real. Ryan's the last bastion here.
Ryan's the one who proves that they're not real. Like,
that's true.
Like there are birds, but the rest of them aren't birds. They're spies.
Hold on. So you have to catch Devon up, though. All I know is it's called Predator Badlands. What is it? I see. First hunt, last chance.
I will read you the brief description on IMDb.
Okay.
A young Predator outcast from his clan finds an unlikely ally on his journey in search for the ultimate adversary.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And the unlikely ally is a synthetic without legs because she's damaged.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
Yeah. So he's like carrying her on his back like 3PO and Chewie in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. So remember the short part in Predators where they like rescue the like predator, like that smaller predator species?
Yeah.
And then they like team up with him for a little bit to like fight the bigger one.
Yeah.
Pretty much they take that little scenario, change it to where it's not humans, but it's a synthetic, and they just run with it. I can't wait to see it.
I think I want someone to like sit me down and be like, okay, Devon, this is how Predator society works. And like, I almost don't care if you're like group 1 is called Flea Floop and group 2 is called Florpus. Like, I don't care if they're the most like lame sci-fi names in the world. Like, tell me, like, because I'm actually pretty interested in their society.
Real quick, I don't know what their official species names are, so I'm just going to make up some suggestions here to help you kind of like go through it a little bit.
Florpus.
Let's take it Alpha Omega. Okay. Alpha is like the real big monster ones, like the really big one from the Predators.
Yeah.
The Shane Black movie.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the Omega ones, which are the smaller ones, the ones that fought Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first one and who fought Danny Glover in the second one. Those two don't really get along. They have their own spots in society, but they don't really get along. They tend to sometimes hunt each other, okay? And they war against each other occasionally. So think Klingons from Star Trek.
Sure.
Very, very warrior-based, very honor-driven. Mix in some, like North and South American culture from like the original societies that were on these continents before the Europeans came over. Like put some of that culture aspect of things in warrior base, and that's the predators.
Oh, okay.
So you have big predators, little predators, both based, both honor based, very technologically advanced, and depending on what storyline you want for the Alien franchise, they're in both versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
But in Alien versus Predator, they have harnessed the aliens to like hunt against as their like top enemy and their their like top prey. And in the other timeline, they're just kind of coexisting.
Okay.
Do you think now that Disney owns Predator and Alien that they are building towards another Alien versus Predator?
I hope.
I wouldn't hate it.
I can only hope.
I'd like to. You know what? I know that they're lame, but I liked them. I really like Alien versus Predator movies.
My
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
sorry. My only thing with the Alien versus Predator movies was that the second one came off too much like a WB or like a WB. The network show that Gilmore Girls originally aired on, and like
WB,
Buffy.
yeah.
WB, yeah. It came off to WB for like the first half of the movie. It's almost like what happens if Alien and Predators invade Seventh Heaven? Like that's how that movie comes across to me. And
Very
it's
funny.
Just, I can only watch that in like a certain point of view.
They already
certain
cast the
headspace,
dad
I
in
can only
Seventh
watch that
Heaven,
movie.
so they're halfway there.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh man, we're just setting them up.
Setting him up. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's all I got, guys.
That's all I got. Very cool. So next week is my pick. Guys, be ready because next week, I think I'm gonna. I'll let you decide if this has to be my Oscar pick or not because this is a film I've never seen. But I need to see it before next week. So next week we're going to turn things up to 11, and watch This Is Spinal Tap.
Good. Okay, so I saw a poster for the second one this morning.
Yeah.
And went,
Second one
I still
comes out
haven't
next
watched that.
week.
Okay, good. Yep, that makes me
I'm
happy.
Ryan,
happy
have
to
you
do
seen-
this because I sat on it for way too long.
Yeah, same.
I've seen it like 10 times since I was like 9.
Never seen it.
Do you want to make it your pick for next week then? You want to take point?
No.
on it? Okay.
No. This is fine. This is
Okay.
fine.
Awesome.
I sat on it for too long. This is my fault. I sat on it for.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, we're gonna do This Is Spinal Tap next week.
Nice.
So tune in then right here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. You can like us on Facebook, you bots. Follow us on Instagram, and for You Have to Watch This Podcast, I'm Alan.
I am Ryan.
And I'm Devon.
Get to the chopper. Get to it now. Go. Hit the subscribe button.